Hi, I am SwitOpe. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Sabi podcast. Yes, you are hearing my voice alone today again. I said it the last time that we don't know if Chidi has gone to marry you. I don't know. Producer will give us more information on that one. But if you would like to ask us questions, check the episode notes as well as our social media pages for a form that you can fill out with your question and we would answer it. All right. Going to the business of today. I'm not alone today, as always, and I'm super excited for the guest we have today, or I have today. I'm super excited. I know her personally. Yes, let me farms. She's my auntie. But let me introduce her in a very professional way. All right, so I've got Amaka Chika Mbonu in the studio with me today. I'm so gassed to have you here. Okay, so quickly. Amaka Chika Mbonu is a certified counselor with a special interest in couples counseling, a premarital counselor, a cognitive behavioral therapist, and the founder of Amaka's Book Club, a book club that reads books that deal solely with marriage and relationships. Amaka has spoken on multiple speaking platforms, locally and internationally, and has featured on radio and television programs, and of course, podcasts across the globe with one primary message and mantra: marriage takes work to make it work. So let's get to work. Oshe. You're very welcome.
Thank you so much, OP.
To the podcast. Oh yeah, she calls me OP.
Oh yeah,
I told you guys now that she's my auntie. I'm not famzing. We know each other. Okay, so let's get to the question for today.
Yep.
As I saw this question, I knew you were the perfect person to come on and help us dissect and answer it. Okay, so the question goes: Hello, Okwe and Chidi. Congratulations on the launch of Sabi. You two are really funny. I use the podcast to cope when I'm down. Oh, thank you very much. My issue now is I recently found out that my husband has a side chick. We have been married for 7 years. Normally, I would have found a way to settle with my husband and see if we can move past it. But the side chick has been taunting me. Sometimes she'll go to my Instagram page and write LOL on my posts or do the same on Twitter. I find this very disrespectful because I don't know this babe and I've never interacted with her physically. I've talked to my husband about it and he keeps apologizing and saying sorry for cheating. I don't know if he has stopped, but I'm trying to move on from this. The more I try, the more the babe keeps frustrating me on social media. When I blocked her, she got her friends to taunt me on her behalf. I've considered sending people to beat her on my behalf. People are always quick to say that I should face my husband because he made a commitment to me. But what about the mad woman constantly berating me on social media and disturbing me? It's not enough to date a married man. She's now harassing the married man's wife again. Haba. I'm speechless. I'm weak.
I'm shaking my head. And first of all, I just want to say to the young lady, I presume that infidelity, your husband cheating, is one of the most painful things that can happen to a woman. So I'm hugging you tight from here. I'll just tell you that it's going to be okay. So yeah, I'll just say that, but shaking my head. Well, let's go with it. Yes, that's fine.
Okay, so let's identify the major parts of the question to ensure that we're covering all bases.
Okay.
Now, the first one, the woman was initially interested in making her marriage work till her husband's side chick started taunting her on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
At this point, what do you think this woman should do?
Honestly, the truth of the matter is that when one finds out one's husband is cheating, like I said, it's a very painful thing.
Yeah.
But as hard as it is, the person has to calm down. And that seems like unrealistic advice, but it is. Because no decisions can be made precipitately or in the chaos of the moment. So the first thing she has to do is to take a step back and decide what she really wants. Of course, as a woman, you're likely to rant, to rave, to confront this man, to be emotional. And all those things, I guess, are par for the course. They're difficult to hold in. But as much as is possible, honestly, this is something where one has to take a step back and take some rational thoughts. The chaos of the moment, acting in it, doesn't benefit anyone. And I can tell you that because I can tell you that. Let's just put it that way.
Right. All right. So her husband keeps apologizing for cheating. It's possible that he's sorry. So if he keeps apologizing to the woman, my own issue with this is this other woman. Oh yeah, by the way, Auntie Amaka has a book. Something about the other woman.
49 ways to get rid of the other woman without getting caught.
Yes, that particular one. This means he's probably not talking to the other woman. He's just like facing the one at home that let me just keep begging this one. Meanwhile, there's a huge
thing. You see, the thing about this thing and what men don't understand, because I guess men watch your podcast too, is that sorry is not enough when you've cheated. I mean, a lot of men say, but I've said sorry. But the fact that you said sorry doesn't change the deceit and the betrayal and the emotions of what you have done. Infidelity hits a woman on a very deep level. So sorry is not just a word, it's an entire attitude. You understand? So you can't just say sorry and then the side chick is calling your wife. You can't just say sorry and continuing in behavior or thinking to yourself, oh, I've said sorry, so let's stop. Men, just get it. When you cheat, sorry, just saying sorry is never enough. You're going to have to keep saying sorry. And sorry is not just a word, it's an entire attitude. And indeed, not just in infidelity, with anything. You don't just say sorry and then everything around the whole matter is still happening. So I don't know, that's kind of what I'll say about that. So sorry is an entire attitude. Sorry means you need to take care of the fallout of what has happened.
Now, I think there's another part to him saying sorry. Him saying sorry is one thing. The other part is the other woman still coming back to taunt the woman. So it's like this woman, the wife, the wife at home is like, okay, why are you apologizing when it's like you're still doing the same thing?
As in still sleeping with the woman,
yes,
or still doing whatever he's doing with the woman.
Doing whatever he's doing.
Of course, that's what I said, that sorry is an entire attitude. You can't say sorry, but you continue interacting with her. You can't say sorry and this woman is calling me and taunting me and up in my DM. Why? It's not okay. And it doesn't make for the mending and the healing of the relationship. If this man is truly sorry, whatever is going to hurt his wife in this matter, he has to deal with it. So if he needs to call the other woman, if he needs to sit, in fact, what we do say is, if you say you've broken it up with the woman, call her while we're on the phone and say to her what you need to say to her. Right there with me in front of you. I may even want to say something myself. You understand? Then we know that we're absolutely on the same page, because the first step to mending this is both the husband and the wife must be on the same page. And the woman has to be convinced continually that this association has stopped. And this man has to deal with this woman that is harassing his wife. If somebody is your wife and there's somebody taunting her, how do you know the person is not going to take it to the next step? That means you're not protecting your wife. You're not shielding her emotions. Assuming you have children, you're not even shielding your children. A woman who can... You're sleeping with somebody else's husband. Yeah. You're still sending her messages. That means you can do anything. So my life can be at risk. That woman's life can be at risk. Her emotional well-being is at risk. And if she has children, the same applies. So the man needs to deal with the fallout of the mess he has made.
This wisdom. Lord help me. Lord help me.
You know.
Okay, so another major part is this woman blocked the side chick. And now the side chick takes it a step further and is inviting her friends to taunt this woman. So it's not enough that I'm dealing with, or the woman is dealing with
the side chick.
So she's now dealing with her circle of friends that she has called upon. Please, so this man that I'm sleeping with, come and help me abuse his wife. Well, who does that?
You know, it's so sad. I will start from the point of view that, again, you are unable to protect your wife, which is one of your God-given duties as a man and as a husband. You're taking, unless you don't want the woman, your wife, and in which case, tell the woman, I do not want you. Let her cry and find what she's going to do with herself. But to be there as a man and somebody else is calling, in fact, what that means is that this side chick has no regard for you whatsoever, no respect for you whatsoever. And I thought they said men want respect. Then this woman who is not ashamed that she's sleeping with another woman's husband is now inviting her friends to taunt this woman. All I can say is what goes around comes around, but this man needs to deal with it. And if he's not dealing with it, then it means he's not sorry. It means he doesn't have the well-being of his wife, in view. And so this woman may have to make a decision as to what she wants to do about that, because you can't allow it. This woman is insulting your wife. And anyone who insults your wife is insulting you. It's as simple as that. And as for the woman herself, I would just simply say that what goes around comes around. You understand?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. The next one is she's actively considering getting the side chick beaten. She feels lost and is not sure about what to do. Now, for this beating of the side chick,
I don't agree with the beating of the side chick. And what I'll tell you, my darling, the person writing this question, is you need to reach out to people. It may not really be family, because family can sometimes not be able to deal with what you're going through because they're invested. You need to have good friends you can speak to, who can help you deal with when the thing becomes overwhelming, because I know it will be overwhelming. But beating the side chick doesn't work. We were discussing before we went, came on the podcast. Yeah. So let's say you beat the side chick and the people you send to beat her kill her or maim her, and the police come and pick you up. Or even if they don't beat her or maim her, she reports to the police and the police come and pick you up, and then you're now in jail, and then she now even has the time to taunt you even more. It's not necessary. Somebody who can be doing what she's doing and then still be sending you messages, getting her friends to message you, obviously that person is not even correct in the head as far as I'm concerned. And in which case, why, you can't really be dealing with a mad person.
I tried to hold my laughter there. Okay, so moving on. Is the husband truly sorry for his actions? People say, oh, it's possible. I've heard of this thing before, and I'm like, you people, men get away with a lot of things.
Yes, they do. Especially in our neck of the woods.
Men get away with a lot of things that a woman would dare not try.
Yep.
And even if she should think about it, she won't voice it.
Yes.
Because you can imagine someone saying, he has a wife, he's in love with the wife, and he has a side chick. And the side chick is his soulmate. Please, make it make sense.
I know, right?
And then you're like, I love them equally. I mean, I can't afford to lose my wife, and I can't afford to lose this other woman. Okay, why not just marry both of them and put them in the house, since you want to be a polygamist? I don't get it. So people now, this is bringing me back to this question: is the husband truly sorry? Some people would say he's sorry. He loves his wife. He can't afford to lose his wife, but he also cannot afford to lose the side chick.
You see.
Because he's not calling her to order.
I get so passionate about this kind of topic, so I'm just going to try and rein myself in.
Please don't. Please don't.
Because, you see, let's just put it this way. A lot of our cultures and some of our traditions, yes, and some of our religions rather, encourage, polygamy is part of what they do. Mm-hmm. And I always like to say that polygamy, much as it doesn't agree with my faith, is different from serial philandering, honestly. Because you see, polygamy is a structured, ordered thing to a large degree.
Yes.
And there are rules that it abides by.
Mm-hmm.
Serial philandering is a different matter altogether, where a man has such a wandering spirit and such a lack of discipline that he has an inability to keep his thing where it should be. So these are two different things. If you say you love them equally, then yes, go ahead and tell your wife you want to marry this person and kuku bring her into the house. But that opens another whole set of things, because you see, you can't change the rules of engagement mid-game. If you married your wife and the spoken or unspoken understanding was that this was a monogamous relationship, then it's very unfair to suddenly change the rules mid-game, especially if the other person doesn't agree with that change in rules. And all I can say is that what goes around comes around once again. So he cannot say he loves both of them equally. You want to eat your cake and have it. Keep your wife in the house and have this side chick hiding from your wife. I mean, it doesn't make sense. If you want to marry her, then man up. Tell your wife, look, hey, I love this woman, I want to marry her. She can decide what she wants to do at that point. But to have this, and this is the thing I find different about this, say maybe some Oyibo people or whatever, because they say infidelity happens there too. You come back, you tell me, Amaka, look, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I cry, you cry. You give me my due and I move. But the African man wants to eat his cake and have it, and it's not allowed. It's just not.
So do you think the man is truly sorry?
I mean, I can't look in his mind and know, but look, based on his actions, I can't really say so, because he has had an inability to call his side chick to order. And this seems to imply that either he still has feelings for her, or he's enamored of her, or he's scared of her, or he just lacks the ability to call her to order, and that says a lot. Let me just answer it that way.
Okay. So what can be done about the side chick? Under the Nigerian law, a spouse can claim damages if their partner commits adultery. I didn't know this.
Neither did I, and that is my view. That my area. Honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
This can happen only if the partner is filing for divorce and states adultery as a reason for divorce.
Yeah. Okay.
So if the partner can prove that adultery truly happened and they didn't condone the adultery at any point in time, the court can award damages to the aggrieved partner. So how, in this case, how do you prove the adultery truly happened?
I guess these are some of the things we're going to be looking at, and I'm not going to plug the things I'm doing on you guys to Sabi podcast, but I will say that there is a necessity for the Nigerian woman to look. We need to look at what does the law really say about us in our marriages. How does the Nigerian law protect us as women and as citizens of this our great country as women in a marriage? So it would be interesting to see how this could work, how you could prove that this was the case. But if it's possible to do so, I believe it's a route that a lot of women might choose to go down.
Speaking about taking someone to court, I remember reading one news. This one is even about the side chick and the married man. So apparently she took the man to court. The
side chick did?
Yeah.
Wow.
And what's the reason? He promised that he was going to take care of me, and he made me not get a job because he was, fending for me at that time. He was giving me money, and all of a sudden he stopped, and now it's too late for me to start looking for money. And I read the news on my show, on my radio show, and I was just like, I'm a bit confused. That, okay, he has taken the car he gave her back and all of that. So I was a bit, I was not invested, but I wanted to see how it was going to play out. Would the judge award the side chick, knowing that, this man is married and he was just doing his own thing on his own? Because what side chick carries her side sugar daddy
to the court? Do you know, funnily enough, even though, of course, for the wives, any day, any time, do you know, funnily enough, she can go for it if you have the guts to do it. Because really, in a sense, this man did give her some kind of unspoken agreement, because across board, people should stand up for their rights. Call it. So, she should go. I guess. Yeah, go for it. We need a law that protects women, and, in every which way, I guess. I'm not condoning, definitely not the side chick, but that's her truth, I guess.
Okay, so many people preach against beating your husband's mistress. But what about in situations like this? I know the person is probably listening now and, hearing you say, just relax, beating her is not the way to go. You need to take things easy. But like you said, this infidelity can pierce.
Oh, it pierces the soul.
It's so heartbreaking.
It is.
So what else, apart from, relaxing and just taking it easy, can this woman do?
There's absolutely nothing she can do to this woman. That's the truth. Neither should she attempt to. Because like I said, what if you now get into trouble? And how do you know this woman is not mad? Let me tell you, somebody who their mindset is, I can be second. There's some deep psychological issues at play there. Somebody who is prepared. And I guess some of them now want to now be wives, I guess. They try to now push for that. Yeah. But think about somebody, especially because statistics even show that men don't always usually marry their side chicks. You're a side, you're by the side, you understand? And when push comes to shove, and not always, but a lot of times, they pick their actual relationship over them, even if they try to still continue to be deceitful in a way. So think about it. Somebody who is prepared. Even those who do it for monetary gain, well, maybe that's their end. But somebody who is prepared to be second, you have to think about what prompts the person to want to do that. And in our neck of the woods, I want to yet see the side chick that fell in love with the person, the banking officer whose shoes are worn, who has just started. They never fall in love or attach themselves to such people. They don't mess with broke niggas. It's always the MD or the something or the whatever. So maybe they're in it for monetary, monetary gain. So you can already see that there's a mindset that this person has that needs to be looked at. Let's put it that way. I actually wish somebody can find somebody who will be bold enough to say that they're the side chick and come out. Let's even talk to her and see how her mindset is working. It would be interesting to see that.
What do you think about that? Let's get some. We'll look for someone
who would be bold enough to
Of
say,
course.
because it would be nice to look inside the mind
Mm-hmm.
of the side chick. What is it? What is your
To know
end
how
game
their
here?
minds
Yeah,
work.
are you trying to get rid of the wife? Are you just doing it because for monetary benefit? Because you need to, I don't know, get money, get ahead? You know, what really is in your mind? It would be interesting to know.
So at this point, do you think the husband now is tabling, for lack of better words, his wife's matter to the side chick? Because for her to have such effrontery, not only her in this case now, she and her friends.
It's very possible, because a lot of these men, I understand, may tell the woman, you know, you're my peace. I addressed it in one of my books. You're my peace. You give me peace. You're not always nagging. You're not always this. You're not always that.
I'm only with her
I'm only
because
with her
of
because
children.
do you understand? But the truth of the matter is that an affair is always a fantasy, no matter how you want to cut it. It's a fantasy, because you're not dealing with the real issues of the real world. Of course, the side chick doesn't have to discuss school fees with you. She doesn't have to discuss the leak in the bathroom. She doesn't have to discuss projections for the future. All she has to do is make sure she has her game on, her red negligee on fleek, her perfume on, her hair done, and all. She doesn't really need to do much else. So it's a fantasy. It's not reality. You know, and it's not worth the pain it brings, actually. It really isn't.
Okay. Are these type of issues popular?
Oh,
And it's
yeah,
actually-
it's everywhere.
As a marriage counselor,
Oh, Jesus.
how often do you get this?
In fact, 99.9% of the cases I deal with are cases of infidelity.
No.
Yeah, it's rampant. It's crazy, honestly. And I know they always say I'm biased. So women cheat too, you know, they do.
But what's the percentage?
Well, you know, women were smarter than the men. We're better at it, you know. So yeah, I guess a little bit difficult to say. But for the Nigerian man, in fact, some people say there's no faithful Nigerian man. I don't believe that's true, but a lot of people say that's
Do you
fact.
think it's peculiar to this part of the world, or people abroad also cheat? Men abroad.
I think infidelity happens everywhere, but the thing that aggravates it in our neck of the woods is one. It seems to be a financial plan, because, you know, in other parts of the world, somebody who is basically content, even if they don't have a good job or not able to make means, there's welfare things and all that. But you see, in our country, the side chick is almost like the sugar dad is almost like a welfare plan. You understand? Some people even consider it a retirement plan by having a child for the person or stuff. So the difference really is that abroad, like I said, the man can come back and tell you, I have fallen in love with my secretary. I love you. You're the mother of my children, but I'm not in love with you. And people cry. You separate. You divide your means equitably. But the African man seems to be unique in that he wants to eat his cake and have it. So that's the difference. And then our laws, you see, abroad, by the time a wealthy man is thinking of divorcing his wife, he needs to think of what he's going to give her. Some places even say half. In Nigeria, you could have been with that man for the whole of your life and you leave with nothing. So there are no consequences for the men, so they act with impunity.
So on a scale, maybe not on a scale. So men cheat more. Or we don't know, because women
I
hide.
don't have statistics in this area, but
Yeah.
it would seem as if the men cheat
do
more.
But do the men come to you like, hey, my wife?
I've had at least a couple of cases where it's the man that says that the woman is cheating. I have had a couple of cases like that, but it's not as rampant. Again, I'll say because we're smarter at it, and we know that we're going to be judged severely for it, and so women are very careful.
Okay. So is cheating avoidable? I mean, I know some women say, what kind of question is that? I can be with only one man for the rest of my life, but this man will tell me a man can never. Variety is the spice of life. Really?
I'll just tell the men, variety is the spice of life. And how do you know I don't want variety too?
Bam.
It's as simple as that, you understand? So I might just want variety too. But yes, you can avoid cheating. You can, yes. If you work on your marriage, takes work. And if you've committed to a person, then you need to do the necessary things and acquire the necessary skills to keep that thing alive and to keep it going. I don't believe that it's impossible for a man not to be with just one woman. If you're working on your marriage together, you keep it real, keep it spicy, keep it hot, work out differences quickly, don't let things fester. Yes, you can be with one person. A person who can't be with one person shouldn't be trusted with everything. A cheat is a cheat. Be it in marriage, the person would cheat at work. It shows that the ability to consistently cheat. I'm not saying that mistakes can't happen, but the ability to consistently cheat and live a lifestyle of cheating speaks to the lack of character of the person doing it.
All right. So what is the best course of action for this woman now?
Again, it sounds cliche.
Yeah.
But she has to calm down and think, is she invested enough to want to try and make this thing work? Is her husband sorry, truly sorry? Are they,
I think, she said it that her husband keeps apologizing. But it's this side cheek part. So it's like, okay, you're apologizing, but you're not speaking to.
That's why I'm saying that sorry is not just a word. It's an entire attitude. It's a change of behavior. So the fact that this man keeps saying sorry, but you cannot bring this person you've brought into our lives into order. You cannot bring this intruder that you have inserted into our lives. You can't call her to order. You understand? It's not encouraging. Let me put it that way. And it's going to be very difficult for this marriage to mend if this thing continues. And so this woman is going to have to make a decision. At the end of the day, ladies, we're going to have to make a decision. And that decision is you're going to want to live with this thing, in which case you stop talking about it, get on your life because you're invested, like women say, because of their children, because I've put a lot into it. I want to leave because I can't hack it. Those are really the two options sort of at play. Continue to talk about it, go loud, low, just linger and just get on with your life and find other things to occupy yourself, or leave. That's really what it is.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I got lost in thoughts there.
Yeah, because you know what? Because you can't confront this woman. People say confront your husband. What are you confronting the woman for? The woman owes you nothing and she doesn't care about you. In fact,
clearly,
do you understand? She doesn't care about you. And obviously the woman is not, normal. So
for lack of a better word, but yeah. If you have the audacity
to do that, and then you're still taunting the woman, what are you taunting her for? Is it that she should? I would love to
leave
do you understand?
the husband.
I'd love to know what she's taunting her about. What, I'm with your husband, or hey, I'm sleeping. I'd really love to even know what she says.
Probably
to the wife,
to frustrate the wife
to
out
leave
of the house
so that she can come in. I don't know. You understand? So this person is not a normal person. In short, let me just put it like that.
Okay. Final thoughts on this whole situation.
It's a serious topic. Yeah. We're laughing because, honestly, yeah.
Final thoughts, for the wife, the side chick, the husband.
Okay, to the husband, I'll just say to you, this is a woman you vowed to love, to nourish, to cherish, to protect, to defend. You really need to take a long, hard look at yourself and say, why this woman, I don't know if you have children, who is the mother of your children or the potential mother of your children, why you want to treat her this way? Would you like it if your mother or your sister or your daughter were treated in this same way? You understand? Or anybody close to you that is a woman. You need to take a long, hard look at yourself and what deficiencies or what trauma from your background has caused you to behave in this manner. That's what I'll say. To the wife, I'm going to say, you're going to have to make a decision. You understand? You just have to. You need to protect your mental health. You need to calm down. You need to have friends you can speak to. And don't take any precipitate decision. You're courageous if you stay. You're courageous if you leave. And to the side chick, I'm going to say, get a life. What goes around comes around. You really have to think about why you want to hurt another human being in this way. And you really need to think about whether if it was your mother, your sister, your child, what goes around. I'm telling you, it does come around.
Oh, wow. What an episode. What an episode. Well, to the lady that sent this, I don't think there's any other thing for me to add. The expert here has said it all, and I hope that, you can take in all what she said. Thank you so much.
Lovely being here.
For coming on the podcast. I had an amazing time. I learned as well. It's always fun hearing from you and hearing you speak. So for those that don't know, maybe you want to call your social media handles.
My bio has been read out. I'm Amaka Chika Mbonu across all my handles. So reach out to me. And that's it.
Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Sabi Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or whatever streaming platform you listen to podcasts on. You can also subscribe to our YouTube page at Sabi Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review us on podcast streaming platforms. Till I see you next time, bye for now.